Alright, sorry, I came as fast as I could. Welcome back, everybody, to Quali-Tea time, and the news is bad, but not specifically to me, for the most part. We just had Shrove Tuesday, which most people probably know better as Pancake Day. Surprising lack of actual available, pancake mix in the region for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but apparently, most of the major supermarkets around here just didn't have any this year for some strange reason. So I wasn't able to grab any with my groceries, so I guess we're gonna have to hand make some pancakes after the day, as it were. Then there was the River Severn, which is a very, very long river here in England that passes through a number of places, has burst its banks due to ongoing storm rain. We're in a bit of a lull here in Middlesbrough with regards to the storms. We're very cold, but the wind's not too bad, and the rain's coming and going. It's not terrible, honestly. That, however, will change dramatically on Saturday when it picks back up to 40+ miles per hour and heavy rains and all sorts. Which unfortunately is also the first time it hits north of 9 degrees Celsius, but oh well. And the last bit of news that I have here from the exiled island, as it were, is that the coronavirus, which is essentially the flu, but significantly more likely to be lethal, has appeared in Canary Wharf, which is part of our capital city, London, which has the densest and most heavily used public transit system on the planet. So if there's a quarantine on that, I don't think it's lasting very long. Apparently, workers got sent home, presumably by the tube, because driving cars in London is not exactly the easiest of things, or via other public transport, so buses and the like. So I don't think whoever gave that order was thinking very clearly about the whole shebang. But nothing has happened with regards to the north, so we'll probably just die to the storms at this rate. We haven't had any damage at all to the Fox Den so far. Depends on exactly what the more of this storm does. We do have a river running less than a couple of miles away, really, which is the River Tees, but I haven't heard any news whatsoever regarding that, so I think for at least the time being we're good. I just would not advise going outside because it's freezing cold right now. Whoa. But that is pretty much the only news going at the moment. So, on to the schedule. On Thursday night at 9 PM GMT, we have more Midnight Hunting as we continue with Monster Hunter World and Chasing Volcana. Then on Friday at 9 PM GMT, we have more Friday Night with Dead by Daylight as we try the Bloodhound Special. And on Saturday at 7, we have Dungeons and Dragon Hats trying to figure out if Granny can help the trio. Followed, of course, at 9 with the Carousel. And lastly for the week, we have more Building Blocks at 9 on Tuesday, where we continue to progress on Changelings. And the videos you might have missed for the week. We have an episode of New Millennia where I build the only thing a Northern Englishman can, a transit van. And we have an episode of Dailies by Daylight where Ghostface attempts the first double stack of dailies in a very long time. And onto the questions. As always, these are drawn from the comment section of the preceding vlog. If you have anything to ask me, drop it down below. Our question of the week comes from Ed Morn, who asks, what inspired my facial hairstyle? Now, there's a variety of factors to this. There was definitely some intent to it, but there wasn't a stylistic mimicking of anything in any regard. The first half is, this is the major chunk that I can actually grow. So, I can get either side, but it's extremely lopsided. It is very heavy on this side, relatively, light on this side, so I can't really do anything with the full chin level of facial hair. I can grow the entirety of the mustache. I can do this bit underneath my chin, and this bit, whatever you would call this. Various people have tried to come up with a name for what this is. It's not quite a goatee, but it's there either way. Chin scruff, I think, is what people usually go with. So it was a question of, if I've only gotten this, then what can I do with this to make it look remotely nice, at least to me? And there are definitely people who have just got the sides of the mustache, and I've always kind of liked the look of that. So I just keep the sides trim, keep these parts more or less trim, and then away with the middle. Wharf style, I guess, give or take. Who knows, maybe one day I'll be able to actually grow a full beard, but it certainly ain't today, and it's taken me a long while to get this much. So, yeah, that is the relatively simplistic story of my facial hair. It is decently recognizable, which I guess in this business is kind of an advantage. And that's all that I have for this week. Hope you've all enjoyed. Maybe I'll have some more news that will not necessarily be nigh apocalyptic in the next one.